What's up, family? Give you guys a chance to kind of get in here real quick. Give you guys a chance to people kind of jump in here real quick. Hope all is well. A lot of stuff going on. Shalom, family. Shalom, Helen. Shalom, shalom. Let me see where my paper's at. He's got a couple things just to get into real quick. Won't be too long tonight. To give you guys a chance again just to kind of get together and talk with one another. Spend a little time talking about what's going on, how the Most High is working and bringing things, all together, and how, like I said, the scriptures are now just popping up. I said jumping off the page and jumping on the newspapers every day now. So hope all is well. So the brother said he couldn't get into it. Hopefully he's able to get into it now. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the news. It's like you got to kind of look at it every couple of hours now. I said because now stuff is just happening so fast. The stuff is just jumping on so fast now. I said it's just it's crazy. Before it was like, every day it would jump some new information, but now people are now making these videos talking about the 10 plagues being released all together. Because there's plagues all over the place. And you see, like, we'll talk a little bit about one of the Gentiles and one of the Ish, I guess, coming up with some, someone talking about how he's using Ezekiel, and being part of the coronavirus. I said, so it's just a lot of things coming into play right now, and the Gentiles are still, ignoring who the Bible was always talking about originally, and who it's talking about still. I guess this Ish came up with some idea. I actually was listening to it off of Blazing Press. He was kind of reading, and they were kind of talking a little bit. So there's lots going on all over the place. And it was kind of crazy because they were talking about how China was a representation of Egypt. So now, and like talking about how Egypt was just kind of like a place of corruption. And, it's still, they don't want to talk about, let the Bible just, pretty much tell you what it says, and then pretty much in, Exodus 20:2, so it says, Egypt is the house of bondage. And in, is it Joseph 24:17, same thing, Egypt being the house of bondage. Deuteronomy 8:14, Egypt is the house of bondage. They don't want to go to the scriptures and actually define these terms. They want to come up with their own definitions, and that's exactly what they do. I said, so they're trying to like now use China as, the corrupt part, or the corrupt country of the earth. Like, man, all the countries of the earth are corrupt. They're trying to still make it seem as if they have nothing to do with anything. Something that was kind of crazy, which kind of explains why, also another reason as to why China's getting it right now, is the fact that I didn't know this, but on True News, they were talking about how China right now had the second amount of Christians or Protestant Christians in the world. So you got now, you know, another huge country that drank the Kool-Aid on white Jesus. So that would make sense that if the Most High is turning himself against Caesarea, good times Jesus, then it would make sense then that he would be bringing down punishment on them, because they don't understand it's a worldwide system and that they're all going to have to pay the piper. So, you know, they said that if things would have continued by 2025, there would have been more Protestant Christians in China than there are in America. You know, all these countries have evil intentions for all these different places. You know, they've already stolen all of the resources from all the different places. You know, I said, so they've already stolen all of the resources from here, you know, from the lands I'm sure we also have over in Africa. And I'm sure we have lands everywhere. And a lot of these fertile lands, I said, were ours. So we already know that. But the fact that that China was such a gung-ho Christian nation and it had almost just as many so-called Constantine Christians as we have over here what is it, over here in America, then that would make total sense that the Most High would unleash on them just as well. So a lot of these people just, you know, and it's funny how they keep on talking about all the things that the communist country of China has done to their citizens, but then they just pretty much ignore all the things that they've done to us. You know, it's like, how did you guys get this country? Did you guys get this country fair and square, or you guys, you know, rape, rob, murdering? You weren't worried about people's, you know, their human rights back then. But then they talk about China like they're the only country that's done all these horrible things to people. That's what happens, though, when people just ignore history and ignore all the things that they've done. And that's what they do. And Africa over there was not affected. Maybe. I mean, you know, the Most High is going to cover whoever it is that he wants to cover. When you get into these names of, you know, these bywords of Africans, you get these bywords of, you know, Americans and African Americans. I mean, you don't know who's who in all these groupings. Shalom 12, you know, Shalom family, you know. So yes, you don't know exactly who's who. I said, but the Most High is going to cover his people. We already know that. So we already know that that's on, you know, that's definitely, you know, on its way. The Most High is going to take care of his people. That's what it's always been about. So all this information is definitely on point. I said, because like I said, it's all the Most High. So he is now doing work. So he's bringing his truth out. You know, I said it's amazing to see. It's absolutely amazing to see. But like I said on the show, on the Blazing Prayer show today, he was reading from this Jewish guy who was just pretty much talking about how Egypt was China, and that they were going to have to, you know, pretty much they were a corrupt country. But see, it's crazy because these guys are still talking about Republicans. They're still talking about Obama. I'm like, why don't you let it go? I said, your man's in power now. So you can't, you know, they'll say things like, oh, well, you know, Trump doesn't know what's going on. They're doing these things behind his back. It's the, you know, military industrial complex and how much really does Trump know? You know, so I'm like, so when Obama was president, he has to own everything. When Trump is the president, well, he doesn't really know what's going on, and they're doing things behind his back. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't take responsibility for anything. I was like, all the stuff you're seeing now, this is all on you guys. You know, I said, this is all on you guys. You guys keep talking about, you know, Christians and how Christians are this and how, you know, Christians are going to be saved out of this. I'm like, I haven't seen that anywhere in the scriptures where Christians are going to be saved out of everything. The world is totally feeling something. They're totally understanding what's going on. They're seeing what's going on. Locusts on their way to China. Locusts, yep. I think there was locusts over there in Australia. There was locusts over in Africa. You know, I said, like I said, every time. What I heard today, I heard quite a few different things, but I did hear that now they're up to like 5,400 people being quarantined, or you know, on their own or whatever else. On, you know, they pretty much they're supposed to do it on their own. You know, and in California. So there's 5,400 people self-quarantining themselves in California. And I heard about how Miami or no, actually Florida will not be, Florida, they're not giving any information on people testing positive, not testing positive, and just anything. You know, and people get upset because they're not telling the truth and not being open. I was like, well, dude, you guys are pretty, this world's pretty funny. I was like, you guys act like they've been forthwith with a lot of stuff, and they haven't. In Missouri too, yeah. I said, people have been paying attention. I know you guys know. Why don't you guys go ahead and throw up some more information that you guys already know? You know? Shooting people with the virus in China? Wow. Well, of course, we know, you know, they wanted to get out of hand, and that's what's going on right now. No notification. I know some people get it, some people don't. Just kind of, you know, shooting dice. We don't know who's gonna get it, who's not. You know. Flooding, yes, the floodings, you know, is huge, absolutely huge. You know, I said the Most High is definitely, you know, bringing the floods, so that, you know, they can't plant the crops. I said it's everything is now connecting. It's all making sense. And definitely us praying together is definitely making a huge difference. You know, and it was funny because the Jewish dude was talking about how there was going to be huge changes in, you know, this year and this and that. He was like, you know, and so he was calling, like he was calling. I was like, that shift on January 12th is huge. He said our story and everything else is in the stars. He said all this stuff is in the stars. The volcano in South America is getting ready to erupt. I mean, like I said, everywhere you look, there's always something going on right now. Yeah, community, I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that. I said the Most High is going to put us wherever he wants to put us, and he's going to pretty much cover us. I think that's the only way you're going to get through this. I said, because that's the only way we're going to get through this. You know, I said people are still stuck on Good Times Jesus. I said, well, we already know what's going on with that. You should take my likes away? Yeah, I know. They're taking my likes away, not telling people when we're going on. It is what it is, man. It's still their platform, so they can do whatever it is that they want. You know, it makes sense. I said, because just like everything, they're trying to hide whatever is not convenient. They're not trying to. They're still hiding what's going on over in Wuhan. You know, I said they're hiding what's happening over here. You know, I said people are being allowed to, after 14 days, just leave when they know the incubation period is 24 plus. Yeah, you know, and really at this point, you just need to kind of just come and check the channel, you know, pretty consistently, because, you know, I try to put up videos or go live or whatever else every day or every couple of days, you know, when I have the opportunity. You know, I said, so just know, you know, as Most High willing, you know, as long as he gives me the strength and the health to continue, that's what I'll do. You know, I said, until then, you know, until the Most High, you know, retires me from doing this, then, you know, I said, I'll still be here, you know, working with the family. I said, but I'm waiting to get rejuvenated and renewed, just like everyone else. And that's exactly it. The right people are seeing all the posts. The right people are seeing all the videos. I said, I didn't get into it for likes or for views and for everything else. like I said, when my boy and I started, we used to be like, well, after we get like 100 like or 100 views, we'll make another video. Used to be like 50 views, 100 views. You know, I said, so we were really consistent as far as that. We just changed the numbers now, of course. I said, but, you know, I said, so whenever the Most High wants me to, you know, bring some information out, I said, just tonight, just a little bit of us talking, and just kind of like I was listening to that, the guy on Blazing Press, he was kind of break down the whole China thing and trying to go with that, the Ish dude talking about how China was Egypt. I'm like, no, man, the whole world is Egypt. So we were going to get shipped in Deuteronomy 28, you know, to Egypt, to bondage, worldwide. You guys have all been part of it. So everyone's going to have to pay for it, just how it is. Yeah, I know. Wow, let's see. China was predicted to have the highest GDP, also a fiscal cliff this year, 2020, due to one child. Okay. Yeah, I said the economy's about to crash. Everything's about to crash. You know, and I said, that's all, like I said, it's all the Most High. Excuse me. That's all the Most High. I saw that full of them 40 mobile incinerators to Wuhan. I mean, that's like, but you're saying there's only 2,000 people that have died, but they're sending mobile incinerators? Come on, man. It's just not even making any sense anymore. Yeah, trying to get people to get serious about it. They're going to get serious real soon when this economy crashes as well. Yeah, right? Ruby Espinosa, that's so funny. You've been following me for 2 solid years, and you have been at 36,000 to 37,000 subs. You know, so they suppress the truth. Yeah, so trust me, I see that. Hey, like I said, it is what it is, man. I said they can do whatever they want. They want to say that I've been stuck on the same amount of subscribers for the last 2 years. Okay, you know, nobody wants to look at the channel. Oh, okay, you know, that's cool. People leaving the channel, you know, and and pretty much leaving and coming at the same rate. Oh, you know, all right. So it's kind of it's comedy at this point. So yeah, I said it's comedy. So it doesn't matter, you know, what they say. You know, I said it is what it is. Hold on fast. Let me get something to drink here. Yeah. Well, I said we all have haters now. I said all of us, you know, the brethren here on the channel. I said because the Most High has given us the truth, and things aren't working out the way that we've been told forever. You know. So yeah, I said I don't. So a lot of people are going to be hating on us because, like I said, the Most High has given us the truth and didn't give it to them. That we're supposed to rejoice. That's exactly what we're doing right now. You know, I said we got a lot of information. I said we'll bring out Most High willing. You know, and if we bring it out over YouTube, that's great. If we bring it out when we were all gathered in our land, you know, we'll bring it out there too. So I know we're all biting, you know, chomping on the bit to get removed, to get moved home, to be able to follow the Most High, to be, you know, able to do His will the way He wants us to do it. Worship Him the way He wants us to worship Him. So that's what we're all waiting on right now. You like that? You post some of the videos with nothing but crickets? Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I've been asking for people. I mean, they've been talking mess about whatever else, and they never produce anything on certain topics. So I was like, you know, but we already realize it. They don't have a comeback. They don't have anything. I said because this is the truth. It's kind of hard to debunk the truth when you don't have any news. We don't have anything to, you know, substantiate what you got to say. Okay. Yep, we're not friends with the world, so who cares how high the numbers are? Yep, that's it. You can definitely get some high views if you on some you know, some news, some rap news, someone dying, or, you know, it is what it is. But I'd much rather be in this truth. I'd much rather be where we are right now, I said, than in these other places, than these other groups, talking about whatever it is that they're talking about. I don't even pay attention to most other groups at this point. I said, because, hey, they got their little niche, they're comfortable, and that's all they want to teach about, so be it, you know. I like that one. You have slain all your scoffers. It wasn't me, man. I said, I was the Most High. I said, the Most High is the one that has been protecting me. And, you know, trust me, I said, many times I'll already get the answers before I even get attacked from people. That's how the Most High works. He'll give me the answer to certain things, and all of a sudden there'll be a video that they'll put out that goes exactly what the Most High's already shown me. You know, I said, so I don't even worry about that anymore. They can say whatever they want to say. I said, now it's all making sense. I said, about our land being right here, them trying to get us off of our land so they can have our way with them, so they can have their way with our people. I said, it's all making sense. How the Most High is going to protect us here. Yeah, time is definitely up, as you guys can all see it. You know, I said, these people are like, there's people that are in these you know, these quarantines, these self quarantines all over the country. So we already know what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks to 3 weeks. You know, I said, we already know what's about to happen. Things are about to get really crazy. So yeah, it's been a blessing for all of us to be blessed to be able to see what we see right now, what the Most High is allowing us to see right now. We've all been in a situation where we thought that the end had come and things like that, but then it didn't happen, and many people kind of fell off and lost the faith or whatever else. But the Most High said that pretty much we're all going to be on His time. Yeah, so it's all going to be on His time. He wasn't ready. He didn't show us everything yet. He didn't bring those two sticks together. Like I said, and that's why I know now that anything that's been talked about as far as prophecy is concerned is now, it can now, you know, pretty much, you know, hit at any time. It can hit at any time. I said, because the two sticks have been brought back together, that knowledge and understanding brought back together, and now after you saw that, now you've seen the Most High just opening up on people now. When before we didn't have that second stick, I said, you know, they could have all these different things happening, and we thought it was the end, but we were deceived, but not anymore. Definitely this spring and next month and the real new year and everything else, I said, no holds barred at that point. No holds barred at all. But I was gonna be real quick tonight, family. We'll get together again pretty soon. Some more lives and some more videos that Most High willing. All right, and we'll get together again soon. All praise is the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.